Hey you guys, welcome to another night with Porch Pickings with Tao Lit. You guys, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you. Do me a favor on your way in. I would really appreciate if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Or if you want to wait until the middle or the end and do the same thing. You guys, I'm going to let you guys know that I am on my porch and I'm picking. So if a car or vehicle passes by, I'm going to stop with my commentary. Then I'm going to pick up after the car passes by. Now, doing so, I want to also give a disclaimer that if you have sensitive ears or if you're sensitive to noise or whatever, you guys, I encourage you, just click off. But if you can bear with me, I promise I will not disappoint you guys. And also, everything in my review is in my very own opinion. And again, I would love for you guys to just come and stay and hear me out on this episode of Love and Not Love, but Married to Medicine, Season 10, Reunion Part 2. You guys, first up on the stoops, it's going to be Jackie, Dr. Jackie, and Quad. So, you guys, I'm placing my phone down, but you can still hear me, and I'm going to speak loudly so you guys can continue to hear me. But we pick up where we left off on the first reunion. Well, we see Dr. Jackie and Quad. They're still standing up on the stage. Quad is begging and pleading and trying to get some understanding and let Dr. Jackie know that she had nothing to do with the video that was leaked, that Dr. Jackie did in fact do on her best friend's, Dr. Heavenly's, YouTube channel. That's still up, and Dr. Heavenly is still probably, getting money from this or whatever. So I think it was easier for them to try to point the finger at Quad instead of holding Dr. Jackie accountable for the comments that she made on her bestie's YouTube channel that's still up. You guys, I say that and I mean that. So we're gonna move on for that. And the point of me keep bringing that up is the fact that I'm gonna stand on Dr. Jackie's neck because she said it, and I don't care who leaked it. She said it on her bestie's YouTube channel, and it's still up. She was wrong for saying it. I'm gonna say she's wrong for saying it, and that is what it is. Okay? After the break, because they took a break, it was break time, and they were actually having this conversation during the break time. So after break, Andy Cohen, he notices that they did have a conversation, and they, meaning Dr. Jackie and Quad, they had a conversation, and he was wondering how that went. He wanted an update on it. Dr. Jackie, she says, well, there was some accountability. Now, I might not have seen the entire conversation or back and forth between her, Dr. Jackie, and Quad, but it seems like the only one who was being held accountable was Quad. So for there to be some accountability, Jackie, you were lackluster, or there was a lack in your accountability, but you were still trying to hold Quad to the fire. Okay, I'm gonna move on for that, you guys, because it's, I had to side-eye Jackie with that one, because it was just kind of ridiculous to me. Andy asked Sweet Tea, how is her health? How was her surgery that she had? Sweet Tea tells Andy and the panel and the cast that everything went well, and that after the surgery she still does not know and will not know until it has been a full year after the surgery whether or not she knows as if if she would know that she's infertile or not. So I'm praying for Sweet Tea. I wish her all the best in her journey or whatever. And I want to say, I think Sweet Tea started, I don't know, but just to add into what I just said, Dr. Jackie says, unfortunately, women don't know if they have like fibroids or endometriosis or cysts or anything like that. It could be 8 to 12 years before they find out, and it could be even longer being a black woman. Like, oh, really, Jackie? But the icing on the cake for me was, thank God that there's two OBs on this, in this cast, right? I think sometimes, in my opinion, I think Dr. Simone, her practice gets overshadowed by Jackie's practice. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because Dr. Jackie, she only deals with the rich and the famous, and Simone, she deals with people just like me and you know, people with Medicaid. So I did appreciate Dr. Simone saying yes, and it can only be determined or diagnosed. It can only be diagnosed through surgery, meaning they're gonna have to cut on you before they can find out this information, right? And y'all, this is personal to me because, you know, a very close family member of mine was having issues with her stomach. A car is passing. So much so that her OB said that, you know, she felt that she might have had endometriosis, and she also thought that there was a possible cyst there. So we agreed to the surgery. The surgery came back very successful. Thank God there was no endometriosis found. There was no cyst found. Okay, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dr. Simone, for that information. Thank you, Dr. Jackie, for, I guess, showing some type of accountability and standing up for black women. Then Sweet Tea asked Dr. Heavenly and Quad, like, why y'all talking about me on social media? And Quad says, you know, a question was asked, and so I addressed it or whatever, and Sweet Tea was like, no, you shouldn't be talking about me on social media. I agree. Quad, if you coming in, you know, trying to play nice with Sweet Tea, and you really don't have an issue with her being married to your ex-husband, who, from what I can remember, put you through hell, then why would you get on the platform and talk about her? Like, I think that's real cringe. I think that's weirdo. You know, I don't care if you are talking to Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly is all about the mess or whatever. And I don't think you should follow her up to that extent. And then Dr. Heavenly, she says, well, you know, Sweet Tea said that, you know, she was out there and she was buying clothes or products or bags or something from a tent in a grocery store parking lot because she wanted to look nice on the show as well. And, you know, they had a little kiki, Quad and Heavenly, about Sweet Tea's wardrobe or whatever. Sweet Tea, of course, she didn't like that. And Sweet Tea, you know, I like Sweet Tea because Sweet Tea is going to come with it. Like, if you give it, honey, I'm going to give it right back to you. I can appreciate that because Heavenly's a bully. Quad is the sideshow. Um, and Toya asked Quad, well, why did you say that you didn't think she belonged or she wasn't a good fit for this show? And Sweet Tea was like, yeah, why did you say that? And she was like, well, I didn't say that. She was like, yeah, you did say that. And she was like, well, you know, I have two eyes. I have 20/20 vision. And that's why I said it. And it came across my desk. And so I addressed it. Whatever. But I'm going to go back to them talking about her fashions or whatever. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I am no way claiming to have the kind of money that Married to Medicine Cass has, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I will not go spend no $10,000 on a bag. To me, you guys, I'm older. Fashions aren't that big of a deal because there are actual ways where you can actually shop, look decent, presentable without the labels. But you know, we are talking about Atlanta. We're talking about Atlanta, and I guess they feel like, you know, and I guess the age-old saying is, you fake it till you make it. Like, who the hell is out in this economy? And I think I said this in my last video. In this economy, who the hell is out here actually spending $10,000 on a bag? Maybe them ladies over there in Beverly Hills. I don't know. And even if they doing it, I'm questioning it. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's just my own personal opinion. I know everybody's not going to agree with me or whatever, but it is what it is. Then at some point, Andy asked Toya, you know, how would you feel if you and Eugene got a divorce and Eugene had another wife and he brought that wife on the panel? And Toya says, well, first of all, I'm a fan of the show, or she's an advocate of the show, the betterment of the show. And if that was to happen, because she and Eugene had that conversation, and she said if that was to happen, then she would have her big fine man sitting right behind her. Okay, Toya, if that's what you say, that's what you say. That's what it is. I'm not even mad at that or whatever. You know, I think Andy tried it like he does with these black reality shows. He tries it. He does. But everybody laughs, everybody kikis about it or whatever. Then we go back to Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, you know, she was talking about, you know, she thought Heavenly was her friend. She thought Heavenly, you know, really was trying to look out for her. But then she found out, and she realized Heavenly was baiting her. Heavenly was just not a good friend. Y'all, come on. Heavenly has the loudest mouth on the show. And I can kind of understand Sweet Tea. Like, I don't know if she watched the show previously before she married Dr. G, but in my opinion, Sweet Tea, you should have known coming in not to trust Heavenly. Like, I would have known coming in to watch out for that one. Whether she helped you get on the show or not, I would have known to keep my eye on her and watch what I say and do in front of her. Because regardless if you did or said anything, Heavenly was going to come for you anyway. So Dr. Heavenly brings up the fact that Dr. G, that Sweet Tea said that Dr. G was controlling. And, you know, Heavenly also said that was one of the things that Quad said when she was married to Dr. G, that he was controlling. I don't doubt that he is. I don't. But Sweet Tea doubles down and says, no, that's not true. She didn't say that. And then they rolled the footage when she was actually having drinks with Dr. Heavenly, and she actually did say that, you know, he's controlling because she keeps forgetting to set the alarm, and so he lied to her about someone possibly breaking in their home and had her upset. Dr. G response to that was, you know, he meant well. His tactics might not have been the best, but he wanted her to realize that, you know, real things can happen. Excuse me, you guys. I kind of got what I understood what he was trying to do, right? I do. Like, yeah, I want you to be safe or whatever, but the car's passing. Definitely comes off as being controlling. Definitely coming off as if I'm going to teach you, I'm going to learn you type of behavior. So I get it. I get it. Then we move over to the men. The men are at like this little cute little bar. The setting was really cute. And I think because we moved on to that was because Sweet Tea brought up the fact, or she did a live, and she said that Dr. Damon, Daddy Damon, has cheated or is cheating on Heavenly. And I'm pretty sure Sweet Tea, I don't know, I'm not pretty sure, but Sweet Tea, it's possible that she has no information of that. That's speculation, right? But she said it. And why did she say it? She said it because Dr. Heavenly kept coming for her in her marriage. Okay, eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. I ain't even mad at Sweet Tea for that. Like, sweetie, this is my motto. It's always been my motto. Honey, if you can bring it, you better be able to receive it. You better be ready to get it, because I'm going to give it back to you. And I think that's only fair. So don't get mad at me when I act like you to you. Don't do that. So now we're with the men. And so Dr. Damon asked Dr. G, do you think I'm cheating, or I've cheated on my wife? And Dr. G, like, I don't know. And I kind of think that question took or surprised Dr. G, because he like, I don't know what you do in your marriage, you know, like, and he probably was thinking, I don't care what the fuck you do in your marriage. That's how I would have been. I'm gonna be honest with you. But Dr. Damon was adamant. He was like, no, just say it, yes or no, yes or no. And Dr. Damon was like, he was about to get bucked. It seemed like he was ready to get a little buck. And I guess he asked Dr. G that question because of what Sweet Tea had said or whatever. And my thing is this right here, Dr. Damon, your wife says a whole lot about everybody. You need to expect this type of behavior. You need to expect this type of feedback. You need to expect these type of rumors, because your wife is out here putting everybody on blast, but she, you know, as far as she's concerned, she has the perfect marriage, the perfect husband. And I'm not saying that y'all don't have that and you are not that. But you're going to have to expect everybody ain't going to lay down and just take whatever Heavenly dishes out. So my thing is, don't get mad at Dr. G because of what your wife said, and they might have been, Dr. G and Sweet Tea might have been pillow talking. Don't get mad about that. You might, you know, have a deaf ear to what Heavenly's talking about. But Dr. Damon and his wife, they're newlyweds, so they might talk about stuff. So you can't get mad at Dr. G. And so while he was asking the question, here come Curtis with his big oblong ass. I mean, seems like you're being evasive, is what not doctor, because he's not a doctor, but Curtis says, seems like you're being evasive. It's a yes or no answer. And then here comes Cecil pipes up, yeah, man, it's just a yes or no answer. Eugene ain't say nothing. Did y'all peep that? Eugene didn't say anything. Because why should he? We got the Kima over there. And so finally Dr. G, because I guess he felt like he was being backed up, and y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a fan of Dr. G. I'm just telling what I saw. Dr. G was like, well, finally, he was like, well, shit, I guess. You know? Like, really? Like, that was weird to me. That was weird. I don't know if the men, Curtis and Cecil, I don't know if they were just having anxiety about coming on the stage, or the fact that the cameras were rolling and felt like they had to get something out or whatever for them to speak on behalf of Dr. Damon or whatever. I don't know. But that just seemed weird to me. I think I already spoke on, Dr. Heavenly stating that Sweet Tea said that she felt like Dr. G was trying to control her because they had to go sit down, and of course, they rolled the footage, and I did say that Sweet Tea did admit that she felt like he was trying to control her. Then y'all, Sweet Tea says, or heavily insinuates that Sweet Tea was lying about having endometriosis. And they had a little banter. Dr. Heavenly, Elaine, she says, as a doctor, that she just would have looked for information to find out if she did have it. You guys, I know I'm getting ahead of myself or going back and forth or whatever. Sweet Tea's like, so you said I was lying? And she's like, no, I'm just saying, me being a doctor, the question was asked to me, and if it was me being a doctor, Dr. Heavenly, you're a doctor of teeth, gums, oral support. You're not a doctor of a medical doctor. You're not an OBGYN. You're not an emergency medicine doctor or whatever. And it seems like you're the one who seems like you're trying to just prove that you have your doctorate's degree in dentistry. We know that. So for you to speak on someone's health in an area that you're not certified professional in, I think that's wrong. I think that was you throwing shade. I think that was you being messy. I think that was wrong of you to do. So y'all did kind of get into it about that. And again, I'm about to go back to what I said, because I'm glad that they had two OBGs on the stage, because remember I said Dr. Jackie was the one, she piped up first. She said, yeah, and situations like that, women don't know until 8 to 12 years, and sometimes later, especially if you're a black woman. And then thank God for Dr. Simone, because she said, and it can only be determined through surgery. Yeah, speaking layman's terms, Simone, thank you for that. Thank you for that insight that definitely needed to be said. And so in my opinion, that was Simone's way of shutting Dr. Heavenly up. But we know nothing can really shut Dr. Heavenly up. You don't know, so shut up. Shut up about it, right? So now, you guys, we're going to talk about Dr. Alicia and Dr. Kima's relationship. Andy asked Dr. Alicia this being your first season, how did you feel about it? What you thought about it? She said, well, it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. It was a lot. It was just a lot. She said this was like whatever she said. She just said it was a lot, right? She said it was like fireworks and whatever else she said or whatever. And then I guess the question was, about her relationship with her husband, Dr. Kima. She says that, Dr. Kima, their relationship is fine. She enjoys being a mother. She enjoys being a wife. She enjoys everything that she's doing, right? And the fact that Kima doesn't really help out with the kids, because he said when she went on the trip to Napa with the ladies, that was the first time he was alone with the kids, and he he was like, that was the longest time, or whatever he said. Like, he did not enjoy spending time and taking care of his own kids. But as a lot of women do, they try to clean up around their husband and try to make things look good or whatever. Dr. Alicia, like I said, she works, she takes care of the kids, she takes care of her husband, she probably takes care of the house. A lot falls on her, and her husband, basically the only thing I'm getting from this is that all he has to do is work and provide his piece to the family dynamic or whatever. I think it was asked at some point, and I'm thinking it might not even been in the reunion. It was probably in one of the latest episodes of Married to Medicine. It was asked whether or not anybody ever thought of, divorcing, and she said, Dr. Alicia, she said, yeah, it was when she was 7 months pregnant with her daughter, I believe. Her ankles were swollen. Her husband, he comes home, Dr. Kima, he comes home, and he's still expecting for her to still be doing everything that she was supposed to do. Now, you guys, I don't know if you know, but Dr. Kima, he is Jamaican. He's not American, and he has strong family values that may not cross over well with most American women, but we're going to get into that. But she goes in to say, her husband, he's a wonderful provider for the family. Honey, you're a wonderful provider for your family. You're the glue to the family. Okay. That's something she, I guess they have to work on. So y'all, we're gonna flashback to, they do a flashback to Heavenly and Dr. Damon, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon's daughter, Alora, or whatever. When she was much younger, I think she's so cute and she's so brutally honest. It is what it is. And then, you guys, remember we saw a scene where there was some infamy. So, Dr. Heavenly was asked about the infamy, because I think Sweet Tea was saying something about, she heard something that, Dr. Heavenly could be a grandmother or whatever. And so when the infamy popped up in the cabinet and it was exposed where everyone could see it, Dr. Heavenly explained. She felt the need to explain why there was infamy in the cabinet. She says that Dr. Damon has an allergy or allergic to regular milk and or soy or something, and so the only milk that he can have with his cereal is Enfamil. Okay. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say, because I'm no medical doctor in any facet. I'm no dentist in any sense of the word. But okay, but I know they have alternative milks, because I cannot, me personally, I cannot just say I'm going to drink some milk or have some cereal because I know I'm lactose intolerant. I have had almond milk and it was pretty good, but milk in general for me, I can do without it, right? I can do without it. And I know everyone's not like me. I'm just saying, Dr. Damon, if he got to have him some Enfamil with his cereal, honey, that's just what it is. And who am I or any of us to question the fact that that man got to have him some baby formula to drink with his cereal, to have with his cereal. I don't know. Leave that one alone. Then Andy asked Simone. He asked Simone, you know, how are the boys faring with their mortgage? No. Y'all, please forgive me for saying that. He asked how they're doing with the rent. And Simone looks at him and she said, rent? Like, that's lowbrow. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. She said, you mean mortgage. And he was like, well, you said they have 3 years before they have to pay. And she says, well, thank you for bringing that up. She said, but no. She says, the oldest one, he has 1 year without having to pay on the mortgage, and the youngest has 2 or 3 years, only because of where they are in life and I guess with their studies. So this is her way of, you know, giving her kids, her sons, an ultimatum and making them grow up and letting them know, y'all gonna have to do this or whatever. And she said, with your messy ass, Andy. Yeah, Simone don't care. Don't piss Simone off. Out of everybody on the cast, and I know Heavenly can show her ass, but out of everybody on the cast, y'all don't piss Simone off. I think Cecil knows this. Y'all leave Simone alone. Especially you, Andy. You see how she just told all of Quiet's business, personal business, traumatic business. You think she ain't gonna come for you? Because let's be clear. Dr. Simone didn't need your check either way, but it's appreciated. So don't play with her. Don't play with her. Don't play with her, because you don't play with them other franchises, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So y'all, now we about to move into Sweet Tea going live or on a live, and I think this live was when they were all on live together, Heavenly, Sweet Tea, and 2 other people. I want to say Toya was one of the other ones. I don't remember, but I remember seeing the live, and I remember, you know, Sweet Tea had maybe her sister, her twin sister, there with her, and Heavenly said something about telling Sweet Tea to go to hell, and Sweet Tea says, you go to hell. That's what you go to hell with, because that's where your mama at. Whoa. Whoa. I was like, say what? You gonna tell Heavenly? And don't get me wrong, I know Heavenly can get under somebody's skin, but you do know Heavenly's mom is no longer here. You guys, I can't remember exactly how old Sweet Tea is, but I just know these millennials and this younger generation, and I'm younger than these women on the cast. Most of these women on the cast. But to say that, and don't, and keep in mind, I come from a generation where your mama jokes was your mama jokes. But I've grown up. So I don't talk about no one's mom. I would never speak about someone's mom unless I don't really fucking like them. So maybe it was warranted. I don't know. But Sweet Tea said, yo, you can go to hell where your mama at. Wow. And not apologize for that. And Heavenly, I see you can take a lot, honey. Because you give a lot. Have Dr. Heavenly, Elaine, you give a lot. You give a whole lot. And that's the only reason I'm going to believe. That's the only reason I'm going to believe why you did not fly across that damn stage and choke her ass out. Because honestly, and you guys already know, if y'all been following me, my mother is no longer here. You say something about my mom, even if she was here, you say something about my mama, my mama, my mama. Child, Quad wouldn't be the only one next season begging and pleading for her damn place on the show. Cause I would have took her ass out. I would have took Sweet Tea out. I would have took her ass out. No lie. No lie. I would have forgot. I would have blanked the hell out. Honestly, I would have blanked out. I would have blanked the hell out. Child. But Heavenly held it together. She held it together. I'm surprised. But then I'm not surprised because Heavenly knows she gives it. She knows she gives it, and she wants to bring out the ugliest part in a person. Is what I get from Heavenly. She wants to bring out the ugliest and the deepest and the most hurtful thing in a person. So for Sweet Tea to say that to her, she probably had already had a whole conversation with herself because of how low someone else could go at her, because she know how low she goes. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think no therapy, I'm sorry, I don't think any therapy would have any effect on how I would have beat her ass for saying that. That's just me. But because Heavenly's mouth is like a rocket ship, and she gonna say the first thing come to her mind and the first hurtful thing she can think of, that's the only that's why I think Dr. Heavenly did not go to her ass. In fact, she actually thanked Sweet Tea for what she said, because that brought her and her sister together. And from what Heavenly says, her mom's dying wish was for her and her sister to become closer. I wouldn't have thanked her for shit. I would have beat her ass and appreciated her at the same time. That's just me. That's just me. And Sweet Tea, I don't know what to tell you, sugar. That wasn't cool. Because you have a mother too. It just wasn't cool. So now you guys, the men are coming out. Men come out, right? And Andy asked Curtis, did he just fly in from the DR? Y'all, the shade and the laughter I bellowed out when Andy asked Curtis that, and Curtis said, no, I'm just flying in from Atlanta. Curtis, not the Jackie, Curtis. Curtis, with your oblong, funny looking ass, you are the piece of shit. You are, and this is, I'm going to just say how I feel. Curtis, you are a piece of shit. You don't deserve Dr. Jackie. You don't. But for some reason, Dr. Jackie loves your big, long, oblong shaped ass. To the point, and I don't know, maybe it's age, because you got to remember, you guys, I know Dr. Jackie is, she's older. I don't know exactly how old she is. Not that she looks it, but I know that she's older. Dr. Jackie, I wish that you would get rid of motherfucking Curtis. Curtis is shit. Curtis is shit. And I think from what, you know, I've been told, once you get older, you kind of just want to keep what you got, because what's the point in looking for something else and up there? And I get it. I get it. I get it. But my thing is, it's okay to be by yourself. Dr. J, you're a great OB. Aside from what you said publicly, I'm pretty sure you're footing the bills, because I think Curtis was maybe a college coach or whatever, and I'm not saying that's nothing, because that's definitely something. But if y'all were to split, I think both of y'all would be okay. If Curtis want to go out here and he want to fly around the fucking world with these loose ass women, let him. Let him, Dr. Jackie, because I ain't gonna ever forget the fact that you went through your health crisis, and after you came out of it, you wanted to adopt. And Curtis told you absolutely no. Now, if nothing else would have made me second guess a motherfucker named Curtis, that all in itself would have made me second guess that motherfucker. Who the fuck is he to deny you of just wanting to experience something natural for most women that wasn't natural for you? Now, I know I give Jackie a lot of grief, especially with everything that's come out about her, but she's still a black woman. And she's dealing with a piece of shit ass nigga. And for him not to have her best interests at heart, to make her feel safe and secure, he ain't shit. He ain't shit. And I think Toya, to be completely honest with you, on previous seasons and stuff, Toya was pretty much trying to, you know, bring that out, but it never played out the way it should have played out. So, Curtis, fuck you. Fuck you. Take your ass back to the DR. Go in there and get all the cheap pussy you want, because that's what you're going there for. You're going there to get some cheap ass, and you're taking somebody with you. So you're going to have ass all around you. Go ahead. I'm sick of him. Y'all, give me a second. I'm just looking over my notes real quick. Y'all. Okay, so we're just going to kind of skim over the fact that Dr. G inviting a stripper to his wedding. He invited the stripper. The stripper did come. You guys, I'm pretty sure, or I can say, you know, you got Atlanta is just the whole world all in itself, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So for him to invite a stripper, and she took that as an actual invitation and brought her ass to his wedding, and he said he meant that theoretically, you know, just letting her know he about to get married and whatever. But she came anyway. Honey, I'm not even about to speak on no stripper and her antics or whatever. It is what it is. And I think Sweet Tea needs to dig in his ass about that. Like, set some boundaries with these motherfuckers. I do know Andy asked Eugene. I'm sorry, not Eugene, but Cecil, Dr. Simone's husband, about his relationship with the girl, the lady, or whatever. And Cecil, he was like, I hadn't talked to her since that episode, or whatever. And I was like, good, Cecil, good. Good that you realize that you have a woman at home who ain't gonna put up with your shit. And you already know what's out here. I appreciate that, Cecil. And I appreciate Dr. Simone putting his ass to the fire, letting him know that bitch gotta go. Bitch gotta go. And he said, yeah, bitch gotta go. And bitch went. You know, because clearly Dr. Jackie don't have that same boundary set in her marriage or whatever. And that's sad. That's fucking sad. It's really, really sad. So, you guys, we're going to go ahead and talk about Dr. Kima again. Dr. Kima says he believes in 49-51% in a marriage. He don't believe in 50-50. He believes in 49-51. And he is the majority shareholder in the relationship because he does not believe that in a happy wife, happy life. He doesn't feel that his wife should be more happy than him. He feels like he has to be happy too. And he was asked about cutting your nut sack off to make your wife happy. And he does not believe in that. He don't believe in that. He also does not believe in going down on a woman. And he says that because in his culture, Jamaican culture, it's taboo to even talk about such things. But he does not even practice such a thing. And that's fine, Dr. Kima. If Dr. Alicia likes it, I love it. Eugene said, well, you can't miss what you never had. High five, Dr. Eugene. High five. Yeah, because he tried to double down on what he said. And, you know, the man was like, well, you know, you can't train a woman to do anything you want her to do. And he was like, well, they took it out of context. I meant you can't train any human to do anything you want them to do. No, Dr. Kima, I think you said what you said and you meant what you said. And it's not until, because I saw you shaking your head and widening your eyes like, ain't no fucking way. Like you had that expression on your way, ain't no fucking way. That you would do what these men do for their wives. And that's fine. Like I said, Dr. Alicia, if you like it, we love it. We don't care. Dr. Kima, you better be thankful that you got you a submissive ass wife, because I can be honest with you, it's not a whole lot of submissive. And then you got a submissive ass wife who's a doctor, who can actually take care of her fucking self, who don't need your goddamn money. Let's be clear. Because she makes her own. She makes her own. And you guys, I'm just going to finish up by saying they took a break. They came back. When they came back, they had chairs seated behind the ladies, right? And Toya I was on quad the entire reunion, first and second, in my opinion. And so she noticed that there's a chair behind Quad, or kind of centered behind Quad and Phaedra. And so Toya was like, Quad, you got a man? What man you bringing on here or whatever? And Quad is laughing like the little girl, the little meme of the little toddler girl. She's like, yeah. And Quad probably thinking in her mind, girl, I wish I did have a man to sit behind me or whatever. And Phaedra's just smiling from ear to ear, honey. Just cheesing with sugar all in her mouth, honey. And so when the men finally come out, the last one to come out is none other than Apollo Nader. Apollo walks his high yellow fine ass up in there or whatever, you guys. And I say fine because Apollo can wear a suit. Apollo can come and just make it look nice. But we know Apollo ain't shit. We already know that, right? So it wasn't much to do, but it was a surprise. And Phaedra was just grinning from ear to ear, like, boom, gotcha. Like, in true Phaedra, in her true fashion. Like, Phaedra likes to shake up stuff, almost to her detriment, because I don't know why she brought Apollo on the show, but okay, Apollo is here. Apollo is bringing sexy back. You guys, please like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, tell me your thoughts on Married to Medicine's reunion part 2. I would love to hear it, you guys. I tried to cover as much as I could remember, but let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys coming and chilling with Tal Lit. Let's get lit with Tal Lit. Love you guys. Have a great evening. Bye.